Okay, so next on the list.
You still didn't lie as much as Maze. Go ahead.
Dan Delicious.
By the way, check out all 4 of our. Oh, I got a cramp. Oh, it hurts. Damn it, my leg is cramping. We're all.
I can't get in the
chair.
Okay, Dan Delicious is next on the list as I massage the cramp out of my leg. Dan Delicious?
You know, Dan Delicious started like in Mississippi.
Right.
Almost as long ago as I did. Whenever me and Mercury was training guys at the warehouse that shan't be named, Dan Delicious was one of the students, and
King style.
That was one of the first. I think it's the only gimmick he's ever had.
No, Mike Thrash.
He doesn't Mike Thrash.
Okay, that's
He
right.
does a heterosexual gimmick as well.
I forgot about that, but I mean, he started doing that way back. It was like
oh yeah,
9,
that's
10
his
years
main
ago,
gimmick.
you
Yeah.
know? But
Good at it.
he was so skinny and everything. He had natural talent, but I didn't think he would stick with it just because I thought he'd get a lot of beatings and stuff. Shit, he's still around and he's as over as hell. And
he's really good.
He wrestles over boys wherever he goes. Hell, he promotes over at Chipley now.
He's the booker, isn't he?
Booker or whatever. Yeah.
He's one of my favorite guys to work, actually.
Yeah.
I've never worked him.
Really?
Really?
I've
Never worked Dan
ever
Delicious? I've worked him on several occasions.
He's fun.
It's a pleasure.
I split his head open with my head.
You did on a flying elbow smash.
At the same time.
Sweet.
Have you ever worked Dan Delicious?
Oh yeah, bunch of times.
In singles?
Yep, I worked him in singles a couple times at Bobby's show, and then I worked it a couple times in Chipley, and then the tag team. We did the tag team a few times. Whenever he was with Tyrone Holly.
Oh, the Culture Club.
Yeah, the Backyard Boys worked them a lot, and then we did like some 6-man stuff. It was us and Ty, or us and Dan, against New Era and somebody.
He's falling asleep.
It doesn't matter. It was fucking forever ago. Oh, it was us and Dan against New Era and Milo DeBrat.
Oh, right.
And then we did like a 3-corner tag match with Culture Club, New Era, and us, and
Yeah.
that was fun.
I've got that on tape.
And Dan Delicious will punch you in the face.
That's what I was going to say about Dan Delicious. He told me once, he said, I'm pretty snug. I like it kind of stiff, so lay it in. I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I said, the stiffer I am with you, be that light with me. And I just wrestled Dan. Actually, I wrestled Mike Thrash at Mike Jacobs' show.
In Fort Walton.
In Fort Walton. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Mike Jacobs because he dared me to. Shout out to Mike Jacobs.
Go Mike.
But I actually like the Mike Thrash gimmick, I think, better than Dan Delicious. Just because he doesn't have to do the whole gimmick thing.
I don't know about that. I like the Dan Delicious gimmick.
It's like taking Dan Delicious and like removing all the entertaining aspects of his character.
No, but I mean he can.
And just watching him just like train.
He can work. He can work as a heel without the gay gimmick. I mean,
I know he's a great worker. I'm just saying.
I liked it better.
When you watch Dan Delicious for years and then he's just
because to me,
exactly.
he turns the Dan Delicious off.
Yeah, you can't.
And you're like, what the fuck just happened to Dan Delicious?
To me, the gay
You can't
gimmick
lose your deliciousness.
makes the whole match about the gay gimmick.
No.
And without that, if you strip that away, it's about the two guys working. And to me, I like that better.
Well, he carved himself a niche, and that's good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, the Rayz brothers.
The Rayz brothers, that's Billy Rayz and Scotty Rayz, formerly Bombs a Loco.
And Billy Blaze.
Was he Billy Blaze?
Yeah, one time, I believe.
I have no idea. But
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, back in the XW days. I like them. They're good kids. They're good to work. They're fun.
Yeah, they still have energy and excitement for the business.
They still got that
very-
hunger.
yeah, very talented, very enjoyable to wrestle.
Very small and easy to throw around. And
Oh yeah.
drive down on a power bomb real hard.
Maze likes to do gorilla presses too.
They make Maze feel big because he's like a gargantuan.
He goes into his real warlord persona.
The
He
bruiserweight.
tries to be the bruiserweight, right?
Have you ever worked the Rayz brothers?
I never have. No.
Really?
Shoot, it's
Up there
fun.
in Culture Shock, you guys never
No, never.
crossed
have.
paths?
Those guys, they're always
You should
real
work.
nice and respectful, and I've watched them. And they have a lot of good spots and stuff, but I've never worked them. Sorry, that's all I got to say. I don't really know them that well.
I enjoy them.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun. They can sell real well too because what's his
Have
ass?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Skip Skipperman.
Yeah, he was. I kept thinking Ed Rooney, but
Rooney.
he thought we actually hurt those guys one time.
We wrestled him in DAWF in a tag.
Didn't he like threaten you or something?
Well,
You better not hurt
we
my
did a
boy.
work
Yeah,
we did a
well,
work injury angle with one
And
of
they
them.
sold it real well. I was
Yeah,
like,
they sold
awesome, guys. You guys are good.
And apparently the promoter wasn't in on the angle, so he thought we really hurt
I
him.
thought he was. And then LaVey was
Thought
saying
we
that
took
we were taking
liberties.
liberties with him and stuff like that. And
Which we
yeah,
didn't.
I'm glad that guy made up that last name for his gimmick.
You gave it to him.
No, I never gave that to him. That was
Who gave it?
Mercury.
Mercury gave it to him.
Mark. Fuck Pat Tanaka.
Fuck Tat. Fuck Tat Tanaka.
Alright, who's next? Sika?
Sika, the Wild Samoan, XW2000.
Next, Steve Fury is on the list. What is there fun to say about Sika?
I mean,
Hey, XW's been around for
XW, I mean,
a long
I've worked
time.
for XW 100 times. I've always been treated pretty well there, and
Same here.
Sika never rubbed me the wrong way. I always liked him fine.
Me neither.
Never talked to him
Do you
much.
see what I mean now?
He's
There's nothing to say.
Well, just because there's
So
nothing
next.
negative to say about the guy doesn't
Or
mean it's not.
positive.
I mean,
He's not good, not
he's
bad.
obviously done something right to keep
Not
his
cool.
show going for such a long
And
time.
he's a WWE Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and I forever fucked up my knee in his ring.
You did.
Great. I
Yeah.
punched him in the face in his ring.
Punched me in the face,
Yeah.
not Sika.
Not
right,
Sika.
not him.
No.
You.
I saw him at a burger joint the other day.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you say hi?
he didn't know the fuck I am.
Wrestled for him 100 times.
Yeah.
Why would the fuck-
I've cut my hair since then, like he'd recognize me.
Okay, next on the list,
Steve Fury.
Steve Fury.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold, the redneck intimidator.
Justin Cruze, anything?
I gave my thoughts on him in my shooting
I
review.
remember that.
Did you?
Yeah, he did. My thoughts, he's always been a nice enough guy to us. Whenever we did that, the thing that put Fury over to me was when we did the invasion angle, because he got it.
Right.
He knew where we were going.
It seemed to be the only one besides us that got it. But
Yeah.
Pretty much, but he got it, and he was. I mean, it took some brain drilling because he was getting too pro wrestling with it. You know what I mean? It was too much. Oh, you guys show up, and then you'll attack us, and then we'll put Jerry in the main event. It's like, no,
Yeah.
we're gonna beat the shit out of you and fucking leave.
Just get like a shoot.
And it made too much sense, and
Right.
it wasn't pro wrestling, and I can see why he didn't understand it because that kind of stuff wasn't done around here.
Right, yeah.
But it turned out great, and he
Because people thought it was real.
it clicked.
And he
and
put it over.
he
He,
put it over.
actually, played the role.
Uh,
Thank God he's not Stone Cold anymore.
I've wrestled Steve Fury a couple times. I've got one single match that I have him that's really good.
You should put it on YouTube.
I will.
Everything's on YouTube now because of Jerry.
But
Because of Jerry.
he
You can see my birth on YouTube now thanks to Jerry.
technically he works really well.
So,
I especially like the way he bumps and
Hard to
he takes stuff and sells. Like when he took all our finishes that one time in that schmaz.
I was real fat back
He
then.
took them.
I was.
Where did that come
I
from?
was just saying, when I watch those videos, I think, whoa, I was chunky.
Anywho,
I
Nanny.
was handsome then.
The only thing I never liked about Steve was the fact that he did the Stone Cold gimmick, which he told me once he didn't want to do that. They forced him to do it. But then he'd go and do it places where, surely everybody wasn't forcing him to do it. To me, it seemed like he liked doing it, but he just didn't want to. But, and then he went to get away from Stone Cold, he went to the Intimidator, which is a ripoff of Dale Earnhardt,
But
because he
that was,
wore a racing gimmick.
but it wasn't a wrestling gimmick. So
Still.
And now Earnhardt's dead, and it's Steve Fury's fault. Is that what you're saying?
is that where you're going?
That is
with?
not what I'm
Jerry.
saying.
That is not right.
God damn it.
But if he had just been himself, I really enjoyed his work. And but like in the promos when he talked like Austin,
That's my gimmick.